Yoga for Grief. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel in order to support free yoga on the internet. Begin by sitting comfortably on your mat. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders. Place your right hand on your head and just lean over to the right to begin to stretch and open up your neck. Gently hold. And then begin to switch hands. Place your other hand on your head, gently pulling over to the left. And then release, place your hands down and transition into tabletop. For tabletop, your hands are shoulder width apart. Spread your fingers out nice and wide. Your knees are hip width apart. To begin to take cat and cow. So for cat, just like a scaredy cat, begin to round your back. Breathe through this posture, opening up your shoulder blades. And for cow, take the exact opposite. Your belly down, chin up, and breathe. Rounding your back again for cat pose. And toggling between back to cow. Chin is up and the belly's down. Begin to shift back to tabletop and spread your knees out to take a wide child's pose as you lean all the way back with your shoulders and arms nice and long, feeling the stretch in your shoulders. Child's pose naturally does what the body organically wants to do when we are under stress. Breathe in, breathe out. Holding this pose just for a moment or two. And then begin to come up to tabletop as you shift forward to lower your belly down onto your mat. Rest your forehead, place it on the mat. Begin to pull your hands down by your side and then push up so your chin is all the way up, opening up your chest for Cobra Pose. Cobra Pose is a heart-opening pose, allowing us to sit with and then move through our emotional vulnerability that can come in a time of grief. So hold for about 15 seconds. This pose gives us permission to feel deeply connected. And then release, coming all the way back down. Place your head back on your mat. And then begin to shift back once again into child's pose. Knees are wide. If child's pose is too much on your hips, feel free to pull your knees in closer together to take some tension off your hips. Breathe in and out. Shifting forward, come back down onto your belly for Cobra Pose, placing your head down on your mat. Bring your hands down by your side, by your chest, and begin to push up, placing your chin up towards the sky. Opening up your heart, relax your shoulders. Hold for about 15 seconds as you inhale and exhale through this posture. And then begin to lower yourself down, back onto your mat. Begin to push yourself back up to tabletop as you shift back again for child's pose once again. Child's pose can feel very grounding during times of grief and stress. Sort of naturally conforming to the way our body wants to go organically. And then begin to shift back forward up to tabletop. And then go ahead and tuck your toes on your mat and then shift your hips up to that inverted V shape of your first downward facing dog. Go ahead and stretch out the backs of your feet, walking the dog, pedaling out the backs of your legs. Breathe through this posture. And then inhale as you lift your right leg nice and high towards the sky for three-legged dog. And then place your right foot between your hands for a low runner's lunge. And then place your left hand down as you peel all the way up, opening up your right side, placing your right hand towards the sky, gazing past your fingertips. We carry a lot of emotions in our body. Yoga, especially dragonfly twist, allows us to move those emotions through our hips. Place your hand back down. Both feet come back to meet in downward facing dog again. And then as you inhale, bring your left leg up towards the sky once again. And then begin to place your left foot in between your hands, low runner's lunge. This time, leave your right hand down and open up on the left for dragonfly twist on the left, releasing in your hips, gazing past your fingertips. Hold this pose for a moment or two as you breathe through. And then place your left hand back down. Both feet come back to meet again in downward facing dog. Breathe for a moment in downward dog. And then inhale, look up in between your hands and walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat. Inhale and lift up halfway, your hands to shins, and then exhale, forward fold all the way down, gazing past your knees. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up nice and tall. Place your palms together, hands to heart center, Namaste. Standing at the top of your mat in mountain pose, begin to take your right foot, take a giant step back, leaning into your left leg and shifting forward with your arms out by your side for Warrior Two. Holding this pose for a moment. Warrior Two can help us gain that inner strength and courage, and letting us open ourselves up. Begin to shift forward here and take a nice forward fold down in the center. Gazing past your knees, maybe taking your hands and placing them down in the center to further your stretch. And placing your hands near your hips, holding onto your hips, hinging back upwards. Shift your feet towards the other side of your mat and leaning into the right side of your leg, opening your arms out wide for Warrior Two on the right side. Breathe through this posture. And then coming back to center, take that forward fold once again. Lowering your head below your heart. And then hinging at your hips, coming all the way back up to standing. Place both feet back together at the top of your mat. Take a deep breath, reach up nice and tall. Place your hands together. Place your hands down to heart center, Namaste. We can begin to go ahead down to seated position. Placing the soles of your feet on your mat, lower yourself down. Your hands are by your side. Pull your right knee in. Your arms are out by your side. Place your right foot over your left thigh in a figure four. And then staying in this shape, drop over to the left. You should feel a nice stretch in your right hip. Your head and neck are facing the right. Just hold for a moment. Really allowing gravity to do the work. And then begin to shift your legs back to center, placing both feet back down on your mat. Bring both hands down by your hips and press your hips up towards the sky for bridge pose. Just lifting nice and tall, as high as you can. And then lower yourself down slower than you would like. Begin to place your arms back out to a T and pull your left knee in towards your chest, placing your left foot over your right thigh. Stay in this shape and dropping over to the right. Feeling that stretch in your left side body and your left hip. Your head and neck are facing the left. Breathe in and breathe out. And then begin to bring your feet back to center, placing them down onto your mat, hands down by your side again, pressing your hips up towards the sky for one more bridge pose. And then begin to lower yourself back down, slower than you would like, onto your mat. Then you can go ahead and lie down in Savasana. There's nothing left to do here, yogis, but take rest, reflect, and breathe. Savasana can be taken on your back or your belly, whichever is more comfortable for you. And then begin to make your way over to your favorite side, just grounding yourself for a moment before we come back up to seated. And then eventually, when you're finished, making your way back up to seated. Let's take one final big deep breath in together. So inhale, reach your arms nice and tall, gaze past your fingertips, place your hands together. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. May we always think kind thoughts, and may we always speak kind words. May all beings be at peace. The light in me honors and cherishes the light in you. Namaste. Please like and share this video.